Hey guys, Joe here with Reasonable Media. So recently, a Democratic congressman from California named Eric Swalwell got into a debate on Twitter, during which he suggested the United States should nuke American citizens if they aren't willing to hand over their guns. No, that's not an exaggeration. Let's take a look at the tweet. So it started with a gun rights supporter reacting to an article that Rep. Swalwell wrote in March, and we'll get to that article in a minute. But as you can see, this guy Joe Biggs tweeted, "So basically, Rep. Swalwell wants a war, because that's what you'd get. You're out of your effing mind if you think I'll give up my rights and give the government all the power." Now, I think that's a fairly reasonable statement. If you try to violate Americans' constitutional rights en masse, you could probably expect there to be some sort of war to follow that. But, so the congressman replies, and his reply is, "And it would be a short war, my friend. The government has nukes. Too many of them, but they're legit. I'm sure if we talked, we could find common ground, protect our families and community." Okay, first off, the word is legitimate, okay? It's not legit. You're not some 21-year-old girl drunk on Instagram talking about how the tacos are, okay? You're a goddamn congressman. Speak like one. And I know, to some degree, we've all kind of come to expect these kinds of comments on the internet, right? You know, it's Twitter. Of course, somebody's going to troll you. But this isn't just your average internet troll. This is a United States congressman who recently announced that he plans on running for president in 2020, talking about using nuclear force against Americans if they don't agree to him taking away their weapons. And listen, I'm a Democrat, and I am not, by any means, a single-issue voter. But if that single issue happens to be one of my unalienable rights provided to me as an American citizen by the United States Constitution, you better believe that if that's your platform, I am absolutely going to vote against you. I'm a Democrat who will absolutely vote Republican for the first time ever if those were my choices. And so would the vast majority of the country. Clearly, Democrats are still struggling to recognize this. In fact, I did a video last week, I'll put a link to it somewhere, on reasons why specifically Democrats should abandon this whole, this exact approach to gun control. Now, since this tweet, the congressman has been taken to task by quite a few people, including Dana Loesch of NRA fame. And initially, he was tweeting back and forth with her. You know, he was debating her until the debate that she presented had boxed him into, he had to admit that when he uses the term assault rifle, what he really means is any semiautomatic weapon, be it a rifle, be it a handgun. You know, he's not talking just ARs, he's talking, Ruger 22 LR, rifles. Anything that isn't a muzzle loader, I guess. I don't know if that falls into the definition too. Maybe it does with him. And so when she pointed that out, though, he got really quiet. And no surprise, right? Because, his approach is the death by 1,000 cuts approach, where, well, this is the one thing we're going to ban. And you convince enough people to ban that, and then you kind of narrow it a little more. Well, okay, we banned those, but these are still the problems, so now we got to ban these. And so when she highlighted that, he got real quiet. And last I checked, that thread has remained dormant. But so, to my fellow Democrats out there, when you hear people say, Democrats are trying to take our guns, you can't just anymore reflexively say, oh, that's an exaggeration. Okay, it's true. And it's evidenced in the article that this congressman, this presidential hopeful, wrote back in March. And I'm not going to go and read the whole article. I'll leave a link to it in the description. You guys can go and take a look at it if you want, if you're so inclined. But I do want to call attention to the very first paragraph he puts in this article that he wrote. And it says, ban assault weapons and buy them back. It might cost $15 billion, but we can afford it. Consider it an investment in our most important right, the right to live. Now, listen to that for a second. Our most important right is the right to live. What the presidential hopeful fails to understand is that our most important right isn't the right to live, but the right to live as a free people. Something his policies would certainly encroach upon. That's our video. If you like this video, leave me a like. If you disagree, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section. I welcome debate. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.